Okay.
All right, welcome everybody. It's Monday, the Monday after Super Weekend, which halfway through the month of April. And I thought this was really funny that I kind of was chosen for this because Chris saw me going like this about a Monday call, and she took that as, you're it. And it's funny because I'm a total Monday person. I love starting the week off fresh. I always feel a little rejuvenated after a weekend. Apologize in advance for these dogs. They want every single second of my attention. And so I was really excited that, as much as, it can be a little nerve-wracking to host a call, I thought it was so fitting because last week on Monday, I was like, yes, I'm going to use my tracker. I'm going to have a great week. And life happened. Some of you might know I took a spill in a fall, and this tracker went out the door right after that happened on Tuesday. And I kind of was like bumming. I felt crappy. And what came on this weekend was Super Weekend. Just the energy that I needed to kind of push me forward and get over that little hump, see all my people get together and get our energies and jive going. And so with that being said, I think it's super, super important to be at Super Weekend. That's my first takeaway, is to show up. And I know some people aren't from around here, but they happen everywhere. You have to get to one. Another little funny takeaway of that moment was the tickets went live, took my phone, and I purchased one for July. And everybody laughed at me because they're like, you're going to be having a baby that day. Like, there's no way you're going to be able to show up. And I kind of laughed because I'm like, and what if I'm sitting at home FOMOing, and can we mute, please? Mute, please. Am I going to be sitting at home FOMOing that it's sold out, I can't make it, can't go, and I don't have a baby, right? So what do I have to lose but $25 of my own money versus a day sitting at home doing nothing in the middle of July, right? And so I understand life happens. People might be going on vacations in these. And it happens, it does. But if you don't have anything planned yet, you should have that as your priority. There's 3 to 4 times, 5 times if you include Summit, where we meet up quarterly as a team, as a group. And why wouldn't you want to be there? That should be a priority of yours if this business is a priority of yours. And I always love that it always falls at a perfect time. It really, really drives you forward, pushes you forward. Great announcements get told at these events. And again, it's kind of funny. It always pops up when, for me at least, I need it most. And here we were again this weekend. I needed it most to kind of push me forward. So biggest thing that I always take away from these is just show up and plan to show up at the next one. I always love being able to purchase my next year's ticket for any event, for like Summit, for instance, because it just guarantees me to show up in that next year and be there for my business and for my people. So things that I love when I'm there is the energy. You get to be with people. Yes, we have this interaction through Zoom, and I can't like touch you. But when you get there, it's just so exciting. There's people that travel. We had a girl this weekend that was 9 hours away or something crazy. It is really incredible. We've had Petra, who was from Canada, that showed up one time. So it really makes it realistic that we are a team. We are real humans. We have energy, we have feelings, and it's just a different vibe than what we get when we're always computer and through a webcam. You get motivation. You get a little bit of a drive and a push. There's tons of like-minded people around you the entire day, and it just drives you forward. We had a little bit of a powwow in between some of the sessions, and just even that moment of introducing ourselves to people we didn't even know was super, super motivating and moving. And lastly, I thought this was amazing. The MC said that we were like the second biggest of the weekend of Super Weekend of having the most attendees. And that's pretty cool to be able to like be a part of something like that. Team Beachbody is a huge organization. And if Boston is the second largest group that meets in a weekend, that's pretty incredible. And so what they love to do is send super trainers. As some of you may have seen, we had Chris Downing. Some of us have seen Chris Downing at his own private event. So the first thing my husband said was, well, you've already seen him. Why'd you need to see him again? But it wasn't at a super, Saturday event. That was something different. And I think it just goes to show that like Beachbody wants to invest in us and wants to provide us with more, but we need to take it and run with it. And so we do not know who will be our next super trainer for the next event in July, but it will be announced, and before you know it, that event will be sold out. So the date for Super Saturday, it's going to be Super Saturday, is July 27th, and it's in Natick, same venue as before. There is an Eventbrite link for those that are local, and right now they're $25 a ticket, but I'm telling you guys, they're going to sell out. So if you need to find a local event or even start thinking about creating your own, for those that are going to use the excuse that you don't have one near you, get it going. You can do 2 or 3 people. There's been a time, I think last summer, we did it through a webcam, a Zoom call, but we were able to see everything. We were able to watch the corporate video. We were able to have motivational speakers on the Zoom call. It doesn't take much to have this be created, and that could be something that maybe that's something you step up and do for your community. So July 27th for us local peeps in Massachusetts. Oh, perfect. Mike just posted the link. That was awesome. Again, we don't know who the super trainer is, but before you know it, they'll announce it, and you will be bumming if it's sold out. Don't miss out on it, okay? So going off of this event, as a diamond coach, there was a couple of us that were invited to a special training before the event even started, which is really, really nice to be able to have that perk, something to really, really look forward to and gear your business towards trying to earn, because you get these special things. So as a diamond coach and above, this is our second one that we've had, right, Chris? The last time we were with Keith Callahan, and this one was with Candace Talbot. And you never know what you're going to get when you go to these little trainings, never mind Super Weekend in general. But it really, really took a shift in how I looked at my business. And I think it might take a shift for all of you if you're going to look at it in this way as well. And so the first thing, well, first of all, the title of it was How to Make an Income with This Business, right? And we all want to make money. When we have a business, we want to make money. We don't want to be putting time in, a lot of time in, to have nothing in return. There's many people on here that I know firsthand, never mind more people that, maybe this is your dream, this is your passion to move something forward and have something for your own, so you don't have to work the 9 to 5. You don't have to be on somebody else's schedule, but you have something of your own that you've created, and you're leading, and it shows not only in how you feel and how you live your life, but your bank account, debt-free, whatever you want to provide that money towards. And so I was really excited for this because, yes, I've been in the business 3, 4, whatever amount of years. And yes, I have increased my income as the years have gone on, but it just like, I want more. I think as a business owner, we always want more. Why wouldn't we? We don't want to stay stagnant. And so the way that Beachbody, and I think even myself and as a team, we really, really put a huge emphasis on Success Club, right? Success Club is a person. 2 points equals a human or a life that you're trying to help. It's so true. No doubt about it that it's not, an actual person that you're helping when you do sell a challenge pack, right? But it doesn't have to be just a challenge pack. It doesn't have to be just those 2 points. Yes, they are shiny objects One thing that Candace was saying was, you know, a Success Club point versus dollar signs. Like, what is more important to you? You know, sometimes the Success Club points don't bring in that extra income or that lifelong revenue. And so what she broke down for us that I was blown away by, couldn't believe it, was this idea of team volume. So everything that we sell from our catalog has team volume and personal volume. And what she has taken with her team is really focusing on team volume. And so some of you, this could be a lot for you if you're fresh as a new coach or understanding rank advancing and stuff like that. But when you rank advance in this business, you are given this ability that you cycle bonus dollars, right? And so as a team, we need to work together to get that volume up, not just thinking about the commission base. We want more than that. We don't want to work off of commission for the rest of our lives. Commission doesn't always just fulfill us. There's going to be more to this. And so she gave a great example, and I have two because I kind of researched a little bit, that you have a person, you've been communicating with them, they want to exercise, but they're not really sure about that shake thing. They're not really sure about the nutrition yet, but they want to really exercise. They think they've got it in the bag with the nutrition. And so a lot of times, even for me, I'm like, oh, just Beachbody On Demand. That's it. Like, that's all you want. But I want those 2 points. Like, I've had this in my mind for so long that that's what we want. And what we don't realize is that Beachbody On Demand 1-year membership down the road can turn into a Shakeology order, can turn into a Beach Bar order, can turn into an Energize order, right? And what really, really struck me was she said, did you realize that Beachbody On Demand for 1 year is 38 team volume points? Okay, great. Sure, that sounds great. I don't really know what that means, but let's move on, right? And then she said, did you know that a month from that, you know, they start their Beachbody On Demand, and a month later they decide to get Shakeology? That's 90 team volume points. Okay, let's add that up, right? That's one person, one customer, and you get 128 team volume points. If you were to sell a challenge pack to that person, pushing it, you know, something that they didn't really want, maybe not even really commit yet, maybe never order Shakeology ever again, you get them to get a challenge pack, and that challenge pack, you only get 45 team volume points. Like, that's mind-blowing, right? So you just push that person to get that sale. You just push that person to get the shake that they really didn't care about. You may have just pushed that person to not even really want the Beachbody On Demand anymore, but you've kind of persuaded them that that was a good deal, right? And so why not do this in a nice, smooth way where you want to focus on what their goals are and their priorities are? So I'm trying to make this shift in my mind that it's okay if somebody isn't ready for the big gig, right? The big pack. And one thing that Candace said is that if they do want the whole pack, try to throw other things in there. Try to put them into a place where they get, you know, a 10 pack of Energize on the side, right? That's going to increase that team volume, right? We don't want to just have 45 team volume points versus when, again, they might not ever order again because you just push them to the curb for getting that sale, versus somebody who you're really, really forming with and you're working with to get the results that they want. An example of what you said was, do you open up a business and pull them into your business and your doors and bring them over to the sales rack? Do you? I don't know. That seems a little foolish. And I actually, after the Super Saturday weekend, I went to the sales rack at Destination Maternity, and I was thinking of that the whole time. I'm like, I am that person right now. But really seeing that team volume, we're all in this together. We are a team. There's no me in this, right? We need to all work together and pull it together as a team. Another example that she talked about, and I just researched a little bit more, was when To Be Mindset came out. everybody was trying to get the To Be Mindset challenge pack, pushing for people to, I almost said patience, for people to get the challenge pack. So To Be, shake, BOD, why not, right? Sounds really good, saves lots of money for the customer. That's 60 team volume points. And the single base kit for team volume of a To Be Mindset base kit is 74 team volume points. Crazy. Because yes, they're saving money, but at the same token, if they just want to focus on their nutrition for a little while, they may come around to you. They may say, down the road, I do want to start getting that, that workout thing going on now, right? So let's think about that. You got them going with their nutrition. They're in a happy place. They're attacking one goal at a time, not all of them. And I know that a lot of times my mindset in starting people is, it's got to be the full picture. You have to get all the pieces of the puzzle to be successful. And I say that all the time to my people, but I know I have to change it. And I think sometimes, there's going to be people out there that need us just for one thing, but may turn around one day to want something else. So thinking about how we can incorporate that as a team and moving forward and kind of flipping the mindset of celebrating these wins of somebody getting an annual on-demand Beachbody, not just celebrating the challenge packs. I think we all have something to offer here, and there's so much to choose from to help people. It's not just the challenge packs. And that was like my biggest takeaway from this weekend. And it just carried into today. And I've already been back and forth with some people that, back in the day I was trying to push them on that. And I can follow up with them now and say, hey, I know you were interested more in this. Why don't we talk more about just going that route together? So with that being said, I'm done rambling. Other people that went to Super Weekend, I would love to hear from you.
I had a massive takeaway. I didn't realize for the longest time that Amanda and Christy had never met in person, yet been in every single Zoom training call we've had for the past year and a half. And it was cool to see them. They actually just met for the first time, like shaking hands for the first time ever yesterday, which was kind of cool. Yet it just never, it was weird. It was weird for them to say that after being through so much with the two of them. So that was kind of cool. That's always a cool thing too when you go to these events. Awkward silence. Sorry. That's all I had.
Wasn't it? I just loved, well, I mean, as far as like the workout and us as a team there, a bunch of us it was crowded in that room. So a bunch of us just went out in the hallway, and as a team, we kind of did it in the hallway, and we had to do that 2-minute and 40-second bear hold. Holy moly. Like, but it was cool because we were all kind of lined up and pushing each other. And, a lot of us couldn't do the whole thing, but it was just neat to kind of do it together and just get that team bonding going. So I thought it was awesome. So cheers to everybody that went and went to the workout. It was great.
Olivia, is it okay if I piggyback on something that you said? Okay, so one of the other things that during this meeting they talked about, so we've heard of personal volume, guys, okay? I want you to take the word personal volume and forget about it, all right? So that's called, personal volumes also referred to as PV. Team volume, TV, is what I want you to focus on. If anything, what Olivia discussed, focus on the TV, team volume versus PV. Another thing that Candace talked about was upselling. Does anybody know what upselling is? Who wasn't at the meeting? Does anyone want to take a stab? Rachel? Saw your finger go up.
Upselling is when you take an opportunity in the middle of a transaction to introduce a new product or new experience, whatever it is, most of the time it is related to the primary thing that they are trying to purchase. So if somebody is interested in the annual subscription to Beachbody On Demand, and in conversations they're talking about, like, I got to do it in the morning, but my ass is dragging, you're upselling to Energize.
Yep.
That would be my guess.
Perfect. 2 examples of how you can upsell. If you guys are taking notes, you might want to take notes on this one. And I've kind of dabbled with this one a little bit recently. So 2 ways you can upsell is you're going to send this person a share cart. Okay, we're not doing the whole go to beachbodycoach.com/Mike Mullally anymore. Those days are long gone. Okay, everything is done through share cart. All right, so if you create a share cart for someone, throw the Energize in there, throw a Beach Bars in there. Okay, if they don't want them, they can delete them. Okay, and just say that to them. Say, hey, listen, I sent you a link for your checkout. I added a couple things in there I think you might like. If you don't like them, go ahead and delete them. Put the ball in their court. It's not weird, okay? And then secondly, if you send someone a share cart and you're not quite at that, I'm going to throw a couple things in the basket, see if, let's say to them and explain to them, listen, when you're at checkout, you're going to be offered some of the products that I use already at a very discounted rate than you'll normally see. And it's only like a one-time deal when you're at checkout. So Energize is 20% off. The Beach Bars are 20% off. Daily Sunshine, which used to be $120 or $130, is like at $60, which is like better than I think our discount. So these items are in the options to purchase at checkout. Make sure you educate your potential clients or coaches that you're using ShareCart with. And those are 2 great examples that Candace gave us yesterday. And I've started using that. I started rambling about that, the whole like checkout process, but the whole adding some stuff to the ShareCart, that's kind of neat. Because, when you're having these conversations with these people, they're looking at you as a subject matter expert, okay? I wouldn't recommend putting the entire Beachbody catalog in the share cart because that's going to look like weird when they see like a $3,000 bill. That'll scare them away. But, if they question, just say, hey, listen, this is stuff I use. I thought you might like it. And like, Olivia said, someone doesn't want to work out or wants to work out in the morning and they're dragging their butt. They can take the Energize too. So yeah, those are just 2 other takeaways from that as well that I thought were really genius. So does anyone have questions about that? Cool.
I just want to remind everybody today the 3-day refresh went on sale. It's 10% off. I put a post out there last night and I already had people who liked it. As soon as they liked it, I messaged them and I said, are you in? You ready for the 3-day refresh? And then I used my website and sent them information. We do have a Snoop group set up for that. Just the pricing isn't reflective of that. It's the regular pricing. And then I had someone purchase a 3-day refresh today because she said she got an email, but she messaged me because she wanted to make sure it went through me. She had previously purchased one, so I have a feeling the company sends our customers an email. Unless we all got an email today, I don't know. But she got an email and must have been saying, and so she's like, oh, I'm going to have one on hand. So, which is awesome. So keep that in mind. Many of us are starting it on, so if some of you haven't experienced the 3-day refresh, a lot of times this is vacation week. You might be doing extra fun things with your kids and eating things maybe you shouldn't. And then it's Easter weekend. So we're going to start the 3-day refresh on Monday. So promoting it, I know it'll take a little while for some people to get it in, but if they couldn't do it Monday, at least we can at least put a push out there. And then a bunch of us are going to start and do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And we're in between 21-day fix finishing and then extreme starting for those of us who are doing 21-day. So you guys, if anybody wants to join us and if you've never experienced it, I always believe in order to sell something, you have to experience it yourself. So join us. We start on Monday. So this is going to make me do it because I was supposed to do it when I got home from the cruise, and I just decided to eat clean instead. So, and then we're working on putting together a coach sneak peek. I believe we're going to do it this Thursday, but we'll let you guys know. But we need volunteers to do the videos in that. So those of you who, I'm not going to say are comfortable, because most often nobody is comfortable. So those of you who need to step out of your comfort zone and would like to participate and be a participant in the sneak peek, that would be awesome. Rachel, Joan, Christina, and then a lot of you on here have already done it. So we'd like some newbies. So let us know. Go ahead, Mike.
I was gonna say there are transcripts for that for you guys to follow. It's basically a 10-minute live video on the page. So you have to be Facebook Live for about 8 to 10 minutes. And I'll make myself available Thursday if anybody wants to practice. I'm gonna be having some coaching hours Thursday morning. I'll let you guys know the time. But if you want to practice one of the things, I'll be your only participant. You just talk to me as if you're going to be talking live, and I'll help you. I'll be able to help you out with that. So, yeah, this Thursday, guys, we want new faces. We got over 100 people, and not just coaches, in that sneak peek, waiting to sign up, and they want to be inspired by what you got to say, and they want to hear it differently from someone in your words. The transcripts are just there as a guide. You make it your own, okay? You totally make it your own and let it rip. We don't have a time yet. Is that an 8 to 9 thing Thursday?
Either that or 8.
I think 8 to 9 is better for that.
I do too. I agree. 8 o'clock. Sure.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So we got a couple names: Joan and Morgan so far.
Awesome. And
Olivia.
And just, you guys, we can talk about it. Like Mike said, we can help you through it, but it's really just reading the script and understanding it and knowing what you're talking about. And, and you'll be fine. You just practice it a little bit, but you want to be focused, so you're not rambling and going past 10 minutes. That's the big thing.
Well, we're on a time crunch. We're on a time, because this is like, we get to post a schedule and have things lined up. So, hey, Joan's on at 8:17 to, 8:26, and then we have like a minute lag, and then, Morgan's going to jump on at, 8:28, and it's very, stick to the schedule. If you go under your time, that's fine too. There's no problem with that.
I do have to say, one of the biggest things, like Super Saturday events, the first time I ever went to one, that's when my whole shift happened with the business. That's when I decided that this is the real deal, and I'm not going to quit, Mike, and I'm done being a discount coach, and I'm ready to make money, and I'm ready to build a team. And these events are just so inspiring and motivating. And I think this event, more than anything, it was more about like being with our team and talking to you go and you want to try to talk to everybody, and it's so hard. I don't want to miss the opportunity to talk to everybody, but I just feel like, and even it was coaches from the other team, like we haven't seen Keith Callahan in a while. So Mike and I, spent some time talking to him, and, sort of they're our mentors, and, we want to get, inspired by other people that are there as well. So I just think, and like Denise said, the whole workout, I was like, oh, okay, fine, I'll work out, and I didn't really want to sweat. So I had to go to me a soccer game, and I freaking sweat, and it was so motivating to be out in that hall. And that's really why I became a coach from the beginning. It was our first time, Mike, at the karate place. That's how we started this, was our little mini fit clubs. And that's what got us to be coaches. Being together and that energy of working out together is just amazing. And I think that right there, and getting to see each other off of faces right here on social media, and like you said with Amanda and Christy, is just being there to meet people that maybe you've never met before, or you only see at these events. So that, to me, that's what that whole event, I don't know, not that maybe I didn't fully pay attention to all of the details, but I just felt like that was the important piece of that event.
Yeah, another thing that's important too is not everyone on this team or on this call right now are from Massachusetts or Rhode Island, Connecticut, or anything like that. But well, like Chris said, it started with 2 people. So that's where your origins begin, is, wherever you are in the country or whatever country you're in, you start that, and that's how you grow your organization locally. I had a great conversation Saturday morning with Alan. It was just out of the blue. He actually saved me from cardio 2, from 22-minute hardcore at the end. I was we just had our quick call turned into about a half hour, and he was kind of discussing his frustrations with recruitment. And come to find out, he hadn't been recruiting locally. He's just been using social media and hadn't been recruiting locally. So he completely switched gears, and now he's stepping out because he's Insanity instructor trained and P90X and stuff like that. So he's using his certifications to now locally start to build. And I think that's really important. And Chris can attest to that. I mean, that's how we started this thing. And it's patience, guys. It's a lot of patience, and it starts with one person. It just starts with one person. Once you find your one person, say locally, that's where it begins. That's where the spark turns into a fire, and then a flame, and then boom, and then you really grow. So definitely.
And I think also we have our Fit Club locally, you guys. I've been doing this for I think 7 years.
A long time.
Every Wednesday, and I question it so many times. Should I keep doing this? Should I keep doing this? Like, it's a commitment every week. And some days we have 2 people, some days, right, Joan? And then some days we have 15, 20. We used to have 40 at one point. But you guys who are local, like, this is a great invite opportunity. And I really wish we'd have more coaches that would get involved again and be part of it and join us. And so those of you who are local or listen to this recording, kind of, where you're at with the business, if you're available on Wednesday nights, invite people. You can invite anyone and everyone to join us. And like we just said, that's what really inspires us and motivates us, is when we're all kind of working out together. So
we couldn't change the day of the week, huh?
Oh, I'm lucky I got the gym. So that's why I don't want to give it up, because once I lose that spot, I'm not going to get it back. And so, yeah.
Hey, Mike, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely, man.
Hey, so do you have any connections here in Minnesota other than me? Do you have any downline or anybody over?
I have to look. I do have a lot of friends in Minnesota who work the business. So okay. Rob Gross is someone I'm thinking of right now. I mean, I could easily hook you up with him.
Lisa
Damian. Where are you? Where's Lisa?
She's in Victoria. Is that Nate?
You guys are all together out there, and I get on these Zoom calls kind of like I talked last week, and the information sounds great. And, if you and Chris have questions, you guys can kind of jump to each other's house and put things together where I'm like, kind of, well, that sounds great, but what the hell do I do with it now? So if you had any downline in Minnesota.
Don't have them join you.
What's that, Chris?
Sign coaches up and have them get going with you.
Right. Well, I agree, if I knew what the hell I was doing. So I've been at this for 9 months now, and I'm still, I still feel like I'm in the learning phase. So if there's a group that I could connect with, obviously that's connected to your group, or our group, I should say. I don't know. It was just something I was thinking.
How close are you to Victoria?
I don't know where Victoria's at. I've never even heard of Victoria, Minnesota. Okay. So, and I was born and raised here. So,
let me see where Rob's from. Rob's a good friend of mine. He and I go way back. But
it's an active coach, though. I want somebody that's, knowledgeable, like all you guys are out there.
What about are you on the Beachbody Champions page?
Am I?
Mike, yeah.
No, I don't.
That's a Beachbody page, Facebook page for coaches.
That's one of the ones that,
you could join that and just say, hey, is there anyone in my area that would, like to get together or, join?
Yeah, I want to stay connected to our group just because so the training's consistent.
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing too. We got 4 quarterly events a year and then Summit. Summit's the big one. But by all means, Yeah, by all means, trust me, we're not bouncing each other's. I mean, we don't live like in like a 5-mile radius. We're all over the state.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not like, I mean, Chris lives 2 towns from me, but when we started, my point is when we started, we were local, like, and that's the message I'm trying to portray is that, if you're not, we got a lot of people from New England. The New England states are not that big compared to like Texas or, but the main point is it's not like this business is meant to be mobile and meant to be like, hey, I can have coaches in Canada. I can have a coach in the United Kingdom. I can have a coach in Minnesota, and still have that. It's you're on the team call. These are the things, like, we're not having like 7 team calls a week. These are our team calls, and this is where you can find them. If you can't make the call, you gotta, ask for the recording, and stuff like that. But I mean,
I agree. It doesn't necessarily just because we're local. I mean, what you make of this business, you make it yourself. You can't rely on having somebody by your side. I mean, yes, we all support each other, but we all have this connection, and we all have the team page. We have our weekly calls. But it's really just, doing the work, like, unfortunately, but, and it's small steps, and be patient with yourself in learning the materials. And, but yeah, I mean, I don't think you can't be like, okay, I don't have anybody local, so forget it. This isn't going to work for me. Yes, you can make it work. It's up to you.
Yeah, Mike, I just added you to that Beachbody Champions page. So if you do get a notification for that, there's 111,000 coaches on that page. And there's only 365,000 of us. So, there's at least a third, and, and that's where they'll post, there's office. Off the top of my head, I don't know where it is, but they do have a listing. I guess it's under training of events. No, I think there's an events tab that has the list of all the it's like 400 of them in the country. And and those aren't team based. Like, there was 500 people, at ours yesterday. I don't know how many different teams were there. It's a matter of getting to an event, feeling that vibe, start those local communications. I mean, you're there, you're kind of like, because these calls are great, don't get me wrong, but if you ask anybody who was at an event this weekend, you don't get the same energy from one of these calls that you do. Like, when you go to Summit, you're going to be like, holy, okay, I get it. Yeah. I get it. You know what I mean? And then there's no events until Summit. So Summit's the next big thing. I might not even see Chris or Olivia until Summit. So it's like, once you get into one of those events and get locked in, and you feel like, then okay, things get smaller. And I mean smaller by like the back office gets smaller, because people get so overwhelmed by it because they don't take it in small little bites, and just you gotta play with it. That's all. Well, that's just it.
I'm getting, you guys, a lot of good information, but it's information constipation. I get it, but then I don't know what the hell to do with it. So everybody's busy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But are you going to your website? Are you playing on your website and navigating?
Yes, I am. Since we talked a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Perfect. I mean, that's how it starts. And Olivia, you got a question?
I just want to feed off of what you're saying. So when you're done.
Go ahead. No, that's fine.
Mike, did you watch the National Wake Up Call today?
Me?
Yeah.
Mike? I did not, because I was at work.
Okay. Even though it is a woman speaking,
that's okay. I don't care.
It's a lot to do with what you're talking about right now, and it was really.
Find it right now. Put it on the page.
I watched it twice, because the first time I was kind of like doing my own thing, and then I was like, whoa, there was so much in there. And so a couple of things that she said is we have to be creators, not consumers. And so a lot of times we want to take in all of this information, and like you just said, information constipation, like it gets to be too much, and you can't move forward with it. And so what she said was, us people and us coaches need to stop training and take action. So taking that one little simple idea or nugget or something that you get, like if you got one thing from this call, focus on it for a week, right? You don't have to take it all. Just one thing at a time. And it really, really will compound over time by creating these simple habits rather than trying to do everything. You can't do everything. It's impossible.
Totally.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear. Okay.
Mike, that call Olivia's talking about, it's on the team page right now.
Yep. I get the email notifications too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, me personally, like I say, we're busy. I don't watch these calls all the time. So the fact that Olivia said that, I might make it a point at some point this week, if I get like a minute, to watch that, because they all don't resonate with me topic wise, but sometimes they do. And like any little nuggets, it's a matter of just, implementing what you hear. So taking those little things, and like you said, you can't, it's impossible to try to navigate this entire beast. So, but.
Yeah. And I just want to stay consistent with your team. You know what I mean? I don't want to hook up with somebody out here and their teachings are totally different, because that does me no good either. So
it's not my team. It's our team, brother.
Our team, your team.
Our team.
Right now you represent for me, because you're the only one I really know. So, but yeah, I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
Good point, man.
All right. Anybody else?
I had a question. Has anyone been checking out the master certification material that they posted? It's very, very good. Yeah, it's awesome. They basically are like really helping us like to do like a spring cleaning. Like they're giving us the theme for different challenge groups for every month. And almost like step by step, like Carl's speech in there was really good. So I think I was kind of skeptical about the $19.95 a month thing. And this month we get it for free, or like the first month that we signed up for the certification. But I think it might be worth it. Really good tips in there, good social media tips. I haven't listened to the whole thing. There's a guest speaker in there that I need to listen to. But so it just makes you think about timing of your groups and just trying to focus on getting 10 people a month. If you guys are doing Ultimate Portion Fix, like who's certified in that program? Yeah, I mean, that's a great program to get certified in, because this isn't really a fitness thing, it's a nutrition thing, but it really is something. If you look at that information, like you look at your calendar and go, okay, like she has you start like 3 weeks out, so it's almost like it's kind of like not forcing you, but like getting you more organized on your posts and when you're going to run a certain group. So, you look at the calendar and it's like, okay, like if we started a group like April 29th, but that's like your pre-week group. And then by May 6th, that gets you to Memorial Day. Like that would be a really good group to start running, spring cleaning, get all the junk out. It's that type of theme. So I'm hoping to start a group. I don't know if people want to run a group together, but I think the timing would be awesome. So, make a note to kind of check that out and see what you guys think of that. But the posts were really good. Like basically you're copy and pasting and making it your own, but they really have done a lot of work, a lot of content. I'm really impressed.
Wow. Thank you, Denise. Because I think that's awesome that you just shared that, because like I put in a request that when they put new things in the master's certification, if anyone was certified, like send us an email to prompt us to look like now I feel like, okay, I've got to go in my calendar and put it in my, so I purposely go there and read that. So thank you for sharing that. But I really wish that they would. I will put that as a suggestion out there again, but now I'll just put it on my calendar. It's on my to-do list now tomorrow to check it out. But I think that's awesome. One
thing Carl said Carl is like, I'm always in awe of that dude, because he just does no script. You can just tell it's like right off the top of his head all the time. But he said he had an analogy of, he goes, let's say you want to give someone a present, and you are so excited about giving them that present, and you've wrapped it up, and you just can't even wait to give it to them. And you get to the point you're so excited because it's something that they want and something that they need, that when you give it to them, you almost want to like rip the wrapping open yourself, because you're just so thrilled and you're so passionate about knowing that this is going to be what is going to be the best gift they can get. And it's going to be you helping them. And I just thought that was kind of a good analogy, because it is. It's like, I do feel like, hurry up, open it, because I want you to do it. And, you know? But I thought, you know, just what he was saying really kind of resonated. So I think it was awesome. So make sure you make a point to go check it all out. You guys are all muted.
I think so.
Because I'm yelling at Michael for this sugary shit that he just walked in the house with.
I was lip reading, Chris.
Wow. It's a family show.
Poopy mouth, I'm sure.
Trucker. Trucker mouth.
I didn't even drop one.
Well,
Trucker mouth.
You just said the S word.
I did.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Nelson, you love how we talk, right? Trucker.
Oh, hey, it's all good, man.
Trucker mouth.
I always wondered how come all you guys got that cool Boston accent and Mike does not.
No.
I probably have the worst.
Because I fake it.
Do you fake it? Yeah.
Trying to be professional. Trying to be a professional here. I'm a paid actor from LA. No. Actually, when I'm not faking my accent, I actually sound like Alan. So I don't want to.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to take anything away from Alan.
Yeah, Alan's he's got the coolest accent.
Alan's got the sexiest voice I think
Oh
I've
my
ever heard.
God.
That's right.
Alan should be leading these calls. Anyway.
Or at least in the coach sneak peek, just like
okay. Yeah.
we get women signing up. Just
Freaking James Bond leading the team call. That'd be awesome.
That's
But, so
Romance going on there.
no, I just admire his accent's amazing. So
I know.
I know.
I'll have to tell you about the time he and I got lost in London. The streets of London. So, guys, all right. Awesome weekend. Keep the momentum going, okay? The momentum's a big word. So just keep that energy going. Summit will be here before we friggin' know it. It's like, what, less than 3 months away? Yeah, it's less than 3 months away. 3 months from right now. Holy crap.
Oh, today's 15th. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, we'll be in it, I think. No, 3 months from right now will be the day after Summit.
Right, it's the 11th to the
11th
14th.
to the 14th.
Yeah. So it's gonna be here before we know it. So in the meantime, I want you guys to start thinking about this week's sneak peek. Okay. Whoever you talk to, I challenge each and every one of you to try to get 5 people into that sneak peek added this week. Okay. I finally figured out how to put more admins in there. So as long as there's a name attached to that sneak peek, we'll add that person. Okay. If you guys are more than welcome to put the link in your Instagram stories. However, if someone does not answer the 2 questions, they're not getting added to the sneak peek. There's too many people out there who wanna do more than sneak peek. Let's put it that way. So that's a protection for everybody here. All right, because we don't want people in there poaching for other companies. We don't want creepers in there. We don't want anything like that. So that's why we have those security questions to answer. And again, and just don't dry fire add people. Make sure you're engaged in that conversation. I really like what Denise just said about the whole present thing, because that's like, I can relate to that. I love giving presents, and I like it when I'm excited about that. So that's a whole new angle. So be excited, guys. All right, we're gonna start again. We're gonna start doing things a little bit differently around here as things start rolling. So it's not like a big, hey, everybody, we're here, boom, let's go. So it's a gradual momentum, all right? Right now, guys, we're in that pushing that rock up the hill phase. As these weekly calls go on, that rock's gonna get further up, okay? If you let go of the rock for a couple of days, that rock's gonna roll all the way back down to the bottom, okay? And that's stressful. I'm stressed just thinking about that. So just, again, keep that momentum going. If it's 5 minutes here, if you got 20 minutes there, just engage. There's a lot of stuff being plugged in everywhere. So just keep up the good work, everybody. Had a lot of fun this weekend.
Me too. Yay.
Nice job, Olivia. Thank you so much.
Yes, Olivia, thank you.
And raising your hand. And if anybody is willing to step up and run a team call, we would love that, because I think it's really important to hear from different people. So if you have a particular skill or strength or something you want to share, Just let Mike Rye know. Go ahead, Mike.
Or if you have a question about something, I challenge you to learn about it and teach about it on a team call. Okay, you can do that too. All right. If there's something that's been kind of questionable, if you research it, if you find the answer when you research it, by all means. I'm sure you're not the only person who's had that question. Teach it.
I'll let you know how my call goes with Chris tomorrow.
Hold on. Shh. Oh, go ahead, Olivia.
When recording is finished, we're doing a team boomerang, and there's no surprises in this one.
Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna stop the recording. Thanks so much, you guys, for being on.